How do you do, my fellow squishies? We are about to embark upon the usual 20-second delay while I wait to see if what I'm doing is actually working. I still hate that. Should probably fix it at some point. That would require me to actually get off my, ponderous posterior and do something about it, though, so the probability of that is quite low. Let's see if anyone actually says they can hear me, which would be nice, because then I know I did something right. As rare as that might be. Hey, we have confirmation, and yes, hopefully we will not have a repeat of last attempt. If we do, we will probably do the same thing we did previously. I will have to shut everything down, start over again, and reconnect, and I will post the link in the usual places that I try to post it, although I keep forgetting to post it all the usual places. And rest assured that it will show up on the YouTubes if I have to restart yet again and do all that good, fun, stupid stuff again. I have no idea what happened that one time, but like I said then, your intertubes are complicated enough without me trying to connect to them from, well, as far away as I am. Anyways, I don't have anything significant to talk about in our let's wait for everyone to connect beginning of the meeting, so to say. Aside from, I am frankly astonished that Humies actually consented to buckling into the Starliner Boeing pod. I really have to wonder how much they're being paid, or how much they wouldn't be paid or fined, perhaps, if they decided to not do that. Or what kind of dirt Boeing has on them, or there's so many other options as to why any Humie would voluntarily strap into that. Now, they do seem to be delaying their departure from the ISS on the Starliner pod, thanks to 4 more helium leaks breaking out in the, it's been like 3 or 4 days that thing's been in space? Yeah, no, spaceships in general are not supposed to leak unless you tell them to. And the leaks specifically are for the fuel tanks that are meant to make sure this thing lands softly on the ground. Because Boeing, in its infinite wisdom, decided that this thing will have a terrestrial landing as opposed to an aquatic landing. Now, their rationalization for that particular decision is that, yes, liquid hate is really, really bad for starships. I'm not going to argue that point, because liquid hate is, liquid hate. It hates metal. It hates you. It hates everything. But it's also proven to be the safer location to drop you squishies in tin cans. Whatever. Choices were made. I have no idea about the relative costs, Ambo Neck. I'm sure what NASA is billed is probably published somewhere. I don't know if what they're billed is what it actually costs, and in the Soyuz's case, I sincerely doubt that it is. But, I mean, technically, the Starliner isn't meant to just be a ferry up to the ISS. Technically, the Soyuz wasn't either. It's just a holdover because it, works. So it's meant to be something bigger, better, faster, stronger. It's supposed to get to the moon one day. Your moon. I'll believe it when I see it. So the weird thing, Internet Gravedigger, is it is technically the fuel tanks that are leaking, but it's not the fuel that is leaking. It's the helium is used to pressurize the fuel tanks to ensure that they work properly. It's a very complicated conversation that we're not going to get into because really, no. So, Starstrike, I was astonished to learn that the Starliner has all of 3 parachutes for its, landing phase. 3 parachutes. Now, technically, the Apollo capsule had 3 parachutes too. It was landing on water. It does happen that parachutes don't work right sometimes. And I think, if I remember right, because I've been deliberately ignoring the entire development of the Starliner program, because if I didn't, a lot of various pressure seals and heat sinks would break. I think one of the times Starliner was tested, it landed on 2 parachutes, which is great, because, wow, yeah, these failures do happen. Now, if multiple failures happen, it will be a very bumpy ride. Let's go with that. All right, let me check our viewership numbers. We appear to be basically where we expected to be. Yeah, see, that's my thought, Grimloon. I mean, yeah, if your ideal load is or ideal load carriage system, however you want to phrase it, is 3 parachutes, yeah, let's go ahead and do 4 or 5. Now, there's some reasons as to why 3 is the preferred number. There's weird, interesting geometries and physics involved with your parachutes on your planet and how they interact with each other and this, that, so forth, and bless it on. One of my favorite parachutes on your planet is nothing more than a ribbon. It's not actually meant for like landing purposes. It's meant for radical deceleration from orbital speeds, because you can't just like pop out what you think of when I say the word parachute while you're going really, really, really fast, because it'll break, it'll tear the anchors out of the ship, it'll do lots and lots of bad things. But one of the ways you can slow a possibly even supersonic, I've lost track at this point, re-entry vehicle, is to literally just pop out a ribbon of very high tensile fabric. And the air buffeting the ribbon and causing it to, well, not do laminar flow, it does weird ripply thingies, slows the vehicle down massively. Now, oddly enough, you don't see that being used on your planet. It was an interesting idea, I think, during your 1970s, 1980s, give or take a little. But still, regardless, I think I've burned enough time. Okie dokie. What? Yep. Okay, we're running late. All right. If anyone ever remembers, because I don't, we are, in fact, in the last system in FTL. For regular players of FTL, they know what that means. We are now going up against the Rebel mothership, because we represent the Federation, I think. And we've already gone over how it's entirely bizarre that the Federation is running away from the Rebels. So we're not going to go into that conversation, but we are going to try to take down the Rebel mothership. Now, I'm not going to spoiler the combat, because it's really frustrating. And for those of y'all who have not played the game, you should at least have the opportunity to appreciate it the first time around. All right, to recap. We have a virus on board. Where is he? He's called Herpes. What's he up to? Herpes, I believe, is running our shields. That's right. Because I think Herpes has, like, all the skills maxed out, which is good for him. And everybody else is basically as maxed out as they can be. Our pilot is maxed out. Our engineer is maxed out. Our gunner is maxed out, shockingly. Sadly, that doesn't make him any more accurate, which is something we've been struggling with, which was why we have replaced, well, honestly, the accuracy is not why we have replaced our missile launcher with our mine teleporter, but rather the teleporter bypasses defensive drones that can shoot down the missiles. So when you're shooting projectiles, you can miss, yes, obviously, or these defense drone things can shoot down the projectiles. Well, the mine teleporter doohickey bypasses the drones, and you can still somehow miss. I don't understand that. But moving on. Ariel. What is Ariel doing? Who is Ariel? Oh, she's running our... It is running our doors. There's nothing really that you can learn about running doors, sadly. They used to be good on shields, but that's about doors now. Philip! Running our sensors. And he's getting better at fighting people off, which is nice. Herpes is, you know, the beast. The beast. Not to be confused with the president's limo in the United States. Ah, Jimothy. What are you doing, Jimothy? You're just hanging out. That doesn't seem very helpful. Johnson. Johnson is an engineer, except we already have an engineer. Lagarde. Amusingly, the Engie is not as good an engineer as the Humi, although he already gets a +7 to evasion, and he gets a +10 to evasion is already maxed out. Maybe I should have been training the Engie up on the engines. Oh well, Mistakes were made. Roguelike game means you can't go back and fix them. So here we are. All right, now, the real detail with this fight is that this is the big bad that we have to worry about over here. The Flagship will destroy the Federation base if it spends 3 consecutive turns there, as in this place right here. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I have 2 repair points right next to the base, so that's actually pretty handy. The red floating flagship icon indicates its position. When a jump line from the ship is solid, it will jump to the indicated beacon on that turn. Repair stations partially repair for free. Because, yeah, our hull is going to get messed up. Oh my dear God, Grimloon. Once upon a time in a Midnight Jury, I sat down with both the original XCOM and the current reboot of XCOM, the more colorful, less pixelated one. And the old original XCOM was actually honest about its statistics. I would sit there and line up a shot, and take the shot, reload the game to before the shot, take the shot, reload the game to before the shot, and run the numbers, because I was curious. The new XCOM, the rebooted XCOM, the 3-dimensional, non-sprite, non-pixelated version, will tell you that you have a 95% shot of hitting that stupid sectoid over there. And you end up missing 5 out of 6 times. I don't think they understand what that math means. Now, technically it's a memoryless problem. So since I reload the game every time I take the shot, it's rerunning the math every time. Technically. Supposedly. Possibly. But if you flip a coin 6 times in a row, which is still a memoryless function, and you get heads every time, you start to wonder what's going on. Yes. New XCOM is almost more frustrating than Terror from the Deep. And that was frustrating enough as it was. Alright, so we can either head south and possibly run into a ship, and then zip over to the repair location, zip over to the base, and then figure out where this big bad boy is going. Because he's going to go jump here, not this turn, but next turn. And the rebels apparently are going to be taking over this beacon in the very near future. So, I'm voting we go see what that ship is, and then move on with our lives, and try to chase down that rebel flagship before it turns into a problem. If anyone has any significant disagreement with that plan, they can vocalize it or monetize it now. And speaking of monetization, don't worry about me. Instead, as always, well, not always, but recently, we are still running the fundraiser for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. So if you do feel like voting with your wallet, vote over there. I'll post a link? I don't know. I think I can add this stream to the fundraiser if I take a second and do that really, really quick. I clearly know what I am doing, and I clearly came prepared, as always. Let's see what I can do here. Help your tiny humies read. Add videos. Live stream. Check. Alright. There. It should be now attached to the live stream. I don't know what that means to you. I've never actually seen this from your side. But regardless, it's an option. Alright, so no one seemed to disagree with the plan of going to see what the ship is. We're going to go see what the ship is. And of course, it was a Rebel Scout. Who would have guessed? Crap. Alright, he has shields, he has drones. Not great. Let's drop a... What does this thing do again? Ignores shields, requires missiles, check. Drains and lock systems. That's right, it's an ion bomb. Ion bombs are fun. We'll take out their shields. Why not? And then let's take out their weapons, because why not? and let's take out the weapons again, and then I have to pause, or unpause, and then fire the second burst laser, because apparently if both burst lasers hit the shield simultaneously, it only takes damage from one of them because they programmed this game poorly. Annoying. There! Their shields are now, well, semi-ion bombed. That was weird. I don't like those weapons. Those weapons are annoying. Why are those weapons so annoying? There we go. And we missed. Again. Of course. I keep telling you, we keep missing. Our gunner is so good and he just keeps missing. I have no idea what his problem is. Alright, let's take care of these shields once and for all, since his weapons are now entirely disabled and he's a drone ship, so he has no crew to fix them. And it's not like his drones are actually affecting us or bothering us in any meaningful way, so we can just whack his shields down and take care of them. And somehow that ion bomb teleported outside of his shield. Why am I wasting ion bombs on this thing? I don't know. Well, because my gunner can't hit a goddamn broadside of a fornicating barn, that's why. And his weapons are back online. I do not like missiles, I do not like missiles. Oh, but we're gonna get hit by a missile all the same. Oh, he missed. He missed. Sorry. We're probably about to miss too. What do I know? Alright, I think I need to save the ion bombs for the boss and start working on his shields in earnest. No, that's not what I meant to do. Come on. Aim right, guys. Yeah, apparently he can repair. I didn't see that coming, did I? I could have sworn that weapon was red, but apparently it got green somehow, or yellow, I guess. And he's still repairing. What the hell? He's got no crew. How is he repairing? He doesn't even have repair. Well, he might have. Well, no, I would see the repair drones, I think, because I have a guy on the sensors. Whew! Thank goodness that missile missed. All right. There we go. Two missiles, a drone, and 63 scrap. Well, not the best haul, but still something. Oh, Ozark the Great, we have lots of stories about those. Carriers are a special breed and should be shunned at every available opportunity. Because they will run you over without even thinking about it. But that's, as you said, a conversation for a different time. Oh, come on, Thomas Rasmussen, have you never heard that song? And I did clarify it. I even added the parenthetical bit at the end, just so the wrong idea wouldn't be got. Now, we did take a ding on our hull during that combat, which is annoying, but hopefully the repair place will be able to fix us up a little. All right, that thing is jumping while I jump to the repair base. And honestly, we're going to probably run it down rather than let it come to the base. Because, yeah, it's a whole complicated conversation, but it's typically better to run the mothership down than let it come to the base, because this fight is, it's a knife fight, boys and girls. Hey, one hull point repaired. An NG shipyard has been converted into a military refueling station. They offer you the chance to patch up your ship and refresh some supplies. Nice. Wait, don't have a store? Why don't they have a store? What? Why no store, y'all? I have so much scrap and no way to spend it. God damn it. Alright, well, fine. We will do this the hard way. Alright, I have a cloaking device. Why did I... totally forgot about that. Oopsie-doo. Alright. If we jump here, and then we can jump here and meet the flagship thingy on it. Oh, wait, that's a rebel-controlled location soon. This could be bad. Never tried that before. Guess we can find out what happens. You arrive near the Federation base to find the bulk of their fleet skirmishing with rebel forces. You hang back near the far side of the moon to avoid the conflict. Are you sure it's a moon? Are you sure it's not a space station? There's not much you can do to help the battle, and your mission holds the key to turn the tide of the war. You prepare to face a flagship. Woo! So now the complicated question. If I jump here, while the flagship is jumping there, and the rebels already control that particular system, location, star, whatever you want to call it, do I get to fight the flagship or the rebels who took over that particular location? And I used up a repair spot. That was not a good idea. I probably should go in here and then here and then. Never mind. Too late now. Whatever. That was a poor choice. Or I can just wait for the flagship to come to me, which is typically also a poor choice too. What do you think? We jump to the same location. I'm jumping and find out. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm going. Oh, my people need some help. Arpace, go fix yourself. Jimothy, go fix yourself. Since I am not running an NG ship and I do not have a nanite-based frickin' medbay. Jump and find out it is. All right, this should be entertaining. Yeah, boy. Hey, it's a rebel fleet. Oh, it's a mothership. Flagship, whatever you want to call it. This is it. The rebel flagship. If you're able to destroy it, this monstrosity, the Federation fleet will have a chance of surviving. There is no turning back. Yeah, boy. Behold the monstrosity that is the rebel flagship. It's not great. Do not want. It has cloaking too. Fudge. I should cloak at some point, shouldn't I? I should cloak. When's it gonna pop out? When's it gonna pop out? When's it gonna pop out? Alright. So, now we're gonna drop some bombs on them. Which one's the missile launcher? I think it's this one. I do hate me some missiles. Alright. Let's drop an ion bomb in their shields. Heavy laser there. Burst laser there. And a secondary burst laser there. And then once that thing fires, we're going to cloak. Bloop. Fornicate elsewhere. Hey, the missile launcher's on fire. I like that. No more missiles for you. Would you stop cloaking? At least give my weapons time to recharge. Although then I have to... What's the flashing bit? Oh, so the cloaking device that I think was over here in this left wing has to recharge every time they use it. So it was recharging, and that's what the blinking meant. Oi! Judge Drifts, sit your... We ain't gonna get into that! That might be an episode, might not be. I have no idea. And yes, this is going much better than I thought it would, considering their shields are down, and we're already chipping away at their hull pretty significantly. I mean, this fight should be over momentarily, right? That's the idea. I mean, this is the ship. We're fighting the ship. It should be dead soon. Sorry, what? Alright, weapons don't recharge while this thing is cloaked. That's annoying. Alright. Ion bomb, probably not going to ion bomb the shields again, because that doesn't seem very effective. We're going to try and take out the shields for realsies this time. And maybe take out their cloak instead. Boom, baby! Your shields are having a very bad day right now. Oh, the fire is spreading. Hey, we won! The game's over, right? Right? Oh. What? Just as you finally gain the upper hand, it finds a way to make an FTL jump. You've got to keep up the assault. Are you kidding me? Can I shoot their cloak? I did try to drop an ion bomb on it. But now I think since the left wing of the mothership just broke off, it probably doesn't have cloaking anymore, so it may be a moot point. It had plot armor. Yep, it did in fact. And this is how the end of the game actually works out. You'll notice that we blew off the port section of the ship. You can probably guess that we're going to blow off the starboard section of the ship during the next combat, which really, really sucks. As Captain 0080 points out, because I think the second phase of the combat is when the drones show up, and that's never a good time. And then the final bit is destroying the core. Because they really wanted to make this like a classic, I guess like anime-style battle of, you've only thought you've won, only think you've won, yeah, whatever. Well, Mitchell Oates, a fire can happen on the outside of a ship, regardless of whether it's in space or not as well, as long as there is enough oxidizer present. But, like I said, that is a topic for a different channel. Not a different channel. This channel, in fact. It's a topic for this channel. It's a topic for a different episode. We're playing a game right now, not arguing about fires. Although what you guys want to do in chat is fine. Just understand that if you argue about the fire enough, I might just skim past all that and miss the actual content regarding the actual things that are actually going on. Oh, no, it's jumping towards our base. That's bad. Your spaceship is in another nebula! Correct. In fact, it's heading towards our friggin' base. Not great. Jerks. You did, Judge Drift. Thank you very much. All right, moving on. You chase down the flagship and discover it is heavily damaged. Behold, the entire port section is gone. From the previous fight, scans indicate that it has redirected considerable power to its drones. Fornicating flying monkeys. Get ready for a fight. Here we go. Lots of drones, not good. Let's see if we can balance that out a little. All right. The drone system took a minor hit, nothing major, but at least it's not fully operative at the moment. That's a start. We might actually start doing some actual damage to this darn thing. Oh, what's a power surge? That's not good. Alright, their shields are disabled and they have a hull breach. Nice! They're venting atmo to space. I love it. Now we're going to take out their actual drone system entirely. Because, really, nobody likes drones. And also their missile launcher, because I really hate missiles and how they bypass shields in this game. Not cool, man. Not cool. You cannot target the individual drones in FTL. If they get hit by something that they didn't get the chance to shoot down, they will get destroyed, but that is entirely a probabilistic event. And I think it just happened previously, and then it spawned a new defense drone, which is kind of funny. Well, Rackanat, you're right and you're wrong. It depends on the universe, heavily. And it depends on the technology involved, and it depends on a whole pile of details. Now, obviously, your World War II ace combat in space concept doesn't work well, but a distributed assault system that provides an innumerable number of targets to try to defend yourself against actually does kind of work. But that's, again, a different topic for a different episode. Oh, there is an anti-drone drone? That's nice. Alright, what was I doing anyways? Oh right, I was ion bombing the missile launcher and then trying to take out their drone controller entirely, since their shield is currently entirely disabled and venting into space, and their crew is, well, dying. Because maybe the doors broke? It's their problem now. Oh right, I can cloak. Maybe I should do that after the next barrage. I should definitely do that after the... Oh, we have borders. Not good. Alright. Herpes. It's time to do herpes things. Who else can I send in to make this even more entertaining? Maybe just those two. Once I take out their drone controller, it's all kind of a moot point. There we go. Alright, drone controller is basically offline. Ion bomb their shields again because they keep trying to get them back up again. And we will try to take out, say, one of their weapon systems because we don't like getting shot at. Simple enough. That poor boarding drone just died miserably and didn't even know what happened. And they jumped away yet again. Holy hell, strong dreams await here. Well, the good news is that dreams for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library just got enhanced by $100. Thank you very much for your very generous donation. Because, yeah, that's cool, man. Can I, like, react to that or something? Can I do anything? No, I can't. Of course not. Why would I be able to react to that? YouTube needs to up their game a little. Good job. I mean, honestly, the number of books that Dolly Parton has put out into the world across her entire globe is absolutely mind-boggling. And she does it all for free. The shipping is free, the books are free, all of it is for free. You just have to be in one of the locations that they service, and you have to just sign up for it. Now, there is some interesting details about, there has to be like a sponsor in the area where the books are coming, because of course the books aren't free, the shipping isn't free, but to the end consumer it is. But they do appreciate having some support on the ground from people or groups or whatever who want to make this program happen. And this fundraising I'm doing is just some small drop in the bucket for them, but it is helping tiny humies on your planet learn to read. And they send out some frankly really good books, like current production and classics as well. And they're all tailored towards the age. They are exactly what you would get in a bookstore, and you can set it up when you sign up for it that the kid gets them in their name. And from what I've been told, the tiny humies on your planet love getting mail. So it's a great program all around. And yes, it is astonishing, Internet Gravedigger, that I've made it this far with a full hull bar. I think this might be the first time I have ever actually accomplished that. And yes, Dollywood beat out both Disney parks and both Universal parks as the top amusement park for 2023, which is absolutely mind-boggling. It Dollywood, for those of y'all who do not know, it used to be a very small town in eastern Tennessee called Pigeon Forge, which is right outside of Gatlinburg, or maybe it's the other way around. I get confused by the distinction between those two locations. It's basically right next door to where Dolly Parton was born and basically grew up. And it's a theme park, as you would think of any theme park. It has roller coasters, it has attractions, it has performances, it has all these things nestled into the hills of Appalachia, which used to be entirely enormous mountains, but we've talked about that before. But the really cool thing about Dollywood, from what I've been told, is that it has craftsmen on site, and they're hired locally. These are people who maybe generationally have been plying this trade for, well, generations. And Dollywood specifically brings them in to cater to the tourists to keep their crafts alive. And a lot of the generic staff, the ticket takers and so on and so forth, are also locals as well. In other words, it's basically Dolly Parton trying to give back to where she came from, which is exactly the kind of humie she is. And thank you, Eclipse Warlord, for yet another donation. Much appreciated as well. But if you've never been to Dollywood, I am told it is worth the journey. Unfortunately, Dolly does not appear, as far as I know, but it does have this charm of being in eastern Tennessee, which is, if you haven't experienced it, it's something that you probably should, I suppose. Oh, come on, Deacon, clench harder. Anyways, sorry, what was I saying? Just as we finally get the upper hand, it finds a way to make yet another FTL jump. You know, I wonder if I take out the cockpit in future games, it can still make the jumps. Or the engine room. Since taking out either the cockpit or the engine room would disable a normal ship's ability to make FTL jumps. Questions for later. Alright. So, you guys are just going to hang out in this med bay until it repressurizes. Because, yeah. Yeah, the problem is Rackanut, I don't know where to spend them. I went to a repair place and it didn't have a store. I don't know where to spend my frickin'... Oh, my ship upgrades. Well, I've already maxed out the bloody bar. I guess I'm maxed out piloting and friggin' sensors as well. Not a whole lot of good that does. And I guess I could just dump. I could just maximize scrap wherever and just call it done. It's not getting spent anywhere else, I guess. Oh, wait, hold on. There, fine. More or less maxed out. Whatever. Yeah, it's got to have a battle bridge to drift like the D series of the NCC 1701 or something like that. Oh, so she did show up at Dollywood Mitchell Oates. I did not know that. How fascinating. That's got to be cool. I mean, yeah. I am still astonished, entirely astonished, that Dollywood agreed to show up on Orville. I mean, how cool is that? And totally in context and totally in character, and it totally made sense. And it had to be like just a total like star shot of like, you know what? Let's just ask the question. And behold, she did. Hey, Jason Gilman, thank you as well for your donation. Well, the funny thing, Stefan19K, is that the entire saucer separation concept that was implemented in the D was actually meant to be implemented on the no fucking A, D, B, C, D, or E, or whatever the line was. The original series was meant to have a separatable, whatever, saucer section, and the budget simply didn't allow it for the production. Finally did in Next Generation, so that's a win. And yeah, Internet Gravedigger, that is a life lesson for everyone here. If you want something, if you have an idea about something, if you have a desire for something, ask. Worst that can happen is they say no. And you're no worse off than you are presently. Nothing changed. You didn't have it before, you don't have it now. But you wouldn't have it at all if you didn't ask. So, ask. Try. Reach out! Reach out and... Isn't there a song about that? Anyways. Alright. We have used up what scrap we had. We have maximized everything we can. I don't know if it's going to do us any good in the last fight, because the last fight is an absolute mess. But I think we got this, y'all. That's the one. Depeche Mode. Thank you very much. I knew it was a song. I just don't know your songs very well. Alright, let's chase this flagship down and destroy the core, since, man, I wish my ship had the ability to just, like, shed sections of it and keep itself going. Ah, they have a teleporter and a surplus of crew. Not great! You're not certain how it's able to keep fighting with the amount of damage it has sustained. It looks like it's transferred power to the teleporter as well, you jerks. Some kind of super weapon. Be prepared, this is it. And yeah, I hate Zoltan shields. That charge bar is just annoying as hell. Alright, TARDISes, we don't talk about those here. Alright. Let's see if we can just disable the teleporter and not make it relevant. And then hopefully knock out their blessed shields. Well, it's got a missile launcher too. Fornication. Oh, the teleporter fired. Darn it. Alright, we have fired everything. It is time to cloak. Borders! Repel borders, me hearties! Where's Herpes? Herpes, go, infect them? That's awkward. I don't like those noises. What does that mean? Well, we damaged their shields at least. Their teleporter is somewhat disabled. More disabled now. We're taking some damage. Our people are still alive. They killed the bat. Missiles. Freaking missiles! Oh, the O2 system's on fire. That's not good. Alright. We gotta put that out. Post freaking haste. Alright. Everybody who needs fixing, go get fixed. Everybody else, try to cover for everybody else, because this is about to get spicy in here. Okay, let's take out that missile launcher, because that thing is just causing problems for us. And it's going to cause more problems. Fiddly fart muffins. Alright. Not great. Not great at all. Herpes, go put out the friggin' fire, man. Okay, we got new borders, because of course, why not? What the hell was that? Okay, not great, not great, not great, not great. This is going just fine. Alright. Next thing I knew, everything was on fire. Yep, this is going just freaking fantastic. Okay, okay. I'm not worried about the hull breach in the airlock, because it's already vented, and I don't really care that much. We're just going to put people in places right now to get them out of the med bay so we can fix up some new people. Oh, for heaven's sake. Alright. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Whew! Alright, we seem to be in a better place, and I'm going to take a moment and catch up on chat, because wow, that was spicy, wasn't it? By the crate maker. Wait, did we take care of their entire crew? We did take care of their entire crew. There's one poor guy, Declan. Declan, my man, what are you doing? Why are you in this weird little pod that you actually get out of? This seems not great for you. Do not kill their last crew? Why not? Oh, the ship AI gets self-repair if I do. Well, I've just been ion bombing that particular weapon, so I'll move the ion bomb to the missile launcher, because we hate missiles! Alright. Where were we? Yeah, Huele. Not being kissed. I've heard of kissing under the mistletoe, but not being kissed by the missiles. Well, missile toads are a problem, aren't they? I mean, they're either missiles riding toads or they're toads riding missiles. And either way, it's not a good time for anyone else. Hey, KPE guy Ebbers, I did actually put it on YouTube and the Twitters and the Discord, so I apologize, but I can only put it so many places. But you caught it all the same, so here we are, and here you are, and congratulations. And yes, apparently it does in fact have a death blossom. I mean, it is dying. Are you surprised by this? I kind of am, actually. That's beside the point. Okay, let's fix up our stuff, aside from that hull breach that we still don't care about because it's in the airlock, and the airlock is already vented. And then we'll put our crew back where they belong. Hopefully this fight should be over before it even matters. Their shields are gone. I can actually just nuke this weapon because their shields are gone. And then just keep that one disabled by way of the ion bomb, which should not affect the Humi. Let's do that. Battletoads! What bizarrely insane ships they had. By the Great Maker. There we go. No more missiles for you. Enough of that. You jerks. And now let's take out your engines. Because it seems like the thing to do. Hey! And there we go. Thanks to the valiant effort of the Kestrel and her successful crew, Scoops, Lagarde, Grizzoli, Ariel, Phillips, Herpes, Jimothy, and Jason, they forgot the comma. The Rebels' flagship was destroyed, throwing their fleet into chaos and ensuring Federation victory. Win! And wow, they really just kept scrolling right past that, didn't they? I mean, I do appreciate credits, and the background is particularly nice for this set of credits. So, credit for your credits? Yo, dog, I heard you like credits, so I give credit to your credits because they were deserving of credit for the credits. Or something like that. And yes, Space Cowboy from New Jersey, we will actually be trying the multiverse mod at some point. But we figure after finishing up this round of FTL, we should maybe try a different game. I have posted the question on the paid side of Discord, and a number of people have provided a number of suggestions that we will be exploring and seeing what we can do. Beyond that, yeah, like I said on the Twitters, I think, I might be live streaming tomorrow and possibly the day after. We'll see what the world brings us. In the meantime, I should catch up for just a minute because wow. That was the easiest final boss fight I have ever had. I only went down to 2/3 hull. Most of the time I scraped by with duct tape and good intentions. And yeah, maybe we'll try Into the Breach. It's also been proposed that we should try... hold on, let me find the right thing right now. Some suggestions have included the obvious one, like Hard Space Shipbreaker, or Stellaris, or Railroads Online, The War on the Sea, Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought, and Homeworld and the Stanley Parable? I don't even know what the Stanley Parable is. I think it concerns me. Oh. Well, the Stanley Parable looks weird. Maybe I could provide some entertaining commentary for that as well. I have, in fact, played Masters of Orion. I think I've played all of them? I'm not sure. I like the species that does the research. The one where you don't have to choose a specific path for your research. You just research both trees and you call it done. But I forget what they're called. And yes, it was Ark the Goat. That was proposed a while back, and it does seem to be working out pretty well, having the bilge on our Discord. We did have a little hiccup here and there, but overall, it's gone astonishingly much better than I thought it would. So that's a win, and thank you all for playing along nicely. It would provide interesting commentary to you. Oh, that's comforting. I mean, honestly, I almost want to do like Portal or something just for the entertainment of talking through all those particular problems and dealing with, of course, our not at all resident GLaDOS, but that's a different conversation. Anyways, I don't mean to cut this short. I actually thought the final boss fight would take longer. But apparently double burst lasers, a heavy laser, and an ion mine teleporter are a recipe for success in the final fight of the game. So I will hang out here all the same, and y'all can ask questions or not until we reach the turn of the hour. And if you don't feel like hanging out, I'm not going to make you, as if I had the power to keep you here anyways. And we might as well let the credits roll, because all these people were involved in the game somehow. I think these were sponsors, honestly, which is cool. Cosmeteer. Please stand by. Also, for the record, since we have had so many donations during the course of this particular game, we are up to $716.33 raised for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. So once again, thank you all for your contributions. Oh no, Internet Gravedigger, I have had so much success in the final round with the NG model ship. Hold on, how do I get back to the there we go. Congratulations, you defeated the Rebel Flagship and ensured the victory for the Federation. Score of 4068. Oh, new high score. Win. But that said, I've had so much success with the Taurus. Behold, I have unlocked almost all the Taurus. Because, yeah, it's fun. Or no, I haven't unlocked. Wait, I forgot. Not quite all the Taurus. Most of the Taurus. Because, yeah. All the combat drones. Once you start spamming combat drones and start whacking them with ion cannons, people start paying attention. It's weird how that works. I have not had great success with the Osprey. Don't get how that ship works quite yet. Kind of strange. Especially given the cockpit is right in front of engineering, which is kind of funny. And yes, let's not forget the Zoltan ship, which of course has Zoltan shields. Which are good. It's really hard to fight with, honestly. Because it only comes with the missile launcher and the halberd. And the halberd can't actually penetrate shields. So you're stuck with the Lido, which is described as outdated and weak. And you have to use that to bypass the shields. Do you have any funny and tellable stories involving Rim Pack? Well, I have the funny stories that happened during Battleship, but ironically, amusingly perhaps, despite having borrowed some sailors who have plied the Pacific Ocean, as far as I know, none of them actually participated during that particular exercise. It's, suffice to say, complicated and odd. And it seems like a number of countries go out of the way to make it more odd than it has to be. But at least that's entertaining for everyone along the way. Flak plus halberd pike. Yeah, the flak cannon is quite entertaining. If you ever get it. Hard to come by, though. And yeah, the real problem with the Osprey is that the engine room catches on fire, which never happens, of course. The piloting bay kind of has a problem too. Now I don't remember what's going on with the secondary weapons station back here. That's weird. And also, it's only got the one expansion bay for a cloak or a drone or whatever the hell else you want to shove in. It's got no space for other things, which is kind of annoying. Of course, the Taurus doesn't have any expansion bays at all, unfortunately. Although I always forget if the expansion bays have to be the 2x2s or we can use the 1x2s instead. I don't remember. Anyways, any further questions? Any comments? Any commentary? Questions, concerns, stuff like that. So John Leonard, we actually did do what's the term I'm looking for? We did an episode a little while back with a channel that specializes more in 40K related lore. And it was hour and a half, 2 hours long, and was received okay-ish, I suppose. Games are hard to do simply because of temporal adjacency or lack thereof. But we're always open to the option. And so, maybe? I think is the answer I was getting around to. I just realized the Zoltans have the weirdest airlock ever. It goes both ways. How strange. Ozark the Goat, you have an interesting question. Is it possible to swap sailors and oceans, or is it more of a put that idiot back on his own ocean? I initially read that is it possible to swap sailors while on the ocean, which technically yes, even without using helicopters or boats, which is an episode I have been considering talking about as one of the your real world kind of ideas. But beyond that, put simply, there is no reason for sailors to be attached to or not attached to any specific oceans. I'm told that your Mississippi River pilots are only trained and only certified for certain sections of the river, and they are not allowed to pilot up and down any other section of the river, which makes perfect sense because the river's constantly changing. The same kind of holds for harbor pilots in that they are certified for the harbor they work out of. For sailors who go from harbor to harbor, though, there's nothing significantly different on your planet that would warrant someone to be specialized to, say, the Mediterranean Sea as opposed to the Indian Ocean or the Pacific Ocean. They're all basically large expanses of water that do have some vagaries and oddities. For example, the what's that thing called? The floating trash island in the Pacific is admittedly a bit strange, but it's not exactly a hazard to navigation and doesn't significantly complicate anything. If you can figure out how to get from point A to point B in one ocean, you can figure it out in any other ocean. Now, the charts, of course, and navigational aids vary wildly. I was recently informed that Norway specifically uses lighthouses and light fixtures that do not hold to the UNCLOS standard for lights and the colors and the patterns that they use. Instead, they use colors. Basically, they subdivide the circle around the navigational light into the standard 360 degrees, and then they color different segments of those degrees different colors to indicate where you should and shouldn't be. And that's not standard navigational aid, but it gets the point across for local sailors that, hey, if you see this color, you're probably in the wrong spot. And like I mentioned, that's not actually a standard UNCLOS thing. A UN, I forget what it stands for, Law of the Sea, something, something, something. It also involves the standardization of navigational aids, although unfortunately IALA Bravo and IALA Alpha kind of undermine the entire concept of standardization, because in IALA Bravo, I believe it is, red right returning is the standard for buoys when you are in harbor, whereas in IALA Alpha, red right reeving is the standard, as in when you're leaving, the red buoy should be on your right. And in IALA Bravo, when you're returning, the red buoys should be on your right, which is totally not confusing, and it's even more complicated than which side of the road to drive on your planet. It's more countries do it differently, I guess, is what I'm trying to drive towards, as opposed to the left side drive, or right side drive, however you want to phrase it. The once great British standard, only applying to basically once Great Britain, Ireland, and Australia, I think? Maybe South Africa? Maybe Hong Kong? Not that many countries put their automobiles on the left side of the road, whereas a lot of countries do IALA Alpha and a lot of countries do IALA Bravo. All right, with all that rambling, I should catch up real quick. I tried Cortova. I posted the scheduled live stream on YouTube and a variety of other sources. I apologize for YouTube dropping the ball. Yes, we did make, in fact, a lot of good pirates, although not in this particular level, since there were no pilots, only Rebel Scum, and the Rebel Scum got what they deserved. Favorite historical Earth naval ship? That's a complicated question. Maybe we'll have to do an episode about that. Well, the all-hands notification should do some sort of broadcast thing or something. I don't know. I didn't just do it in all hands, though. I also did it on YouTube and Twitter, so hopefully one of those methods will work. And yes, there's a special bridge in Hong Kong connecting it to mainland China that actually takes the two sides of the roads and flips them while you drive across the bridge, because it changes which side of the road you're supposed to be driving on while you're driving. It's kind of funny. But anyways, all right, I have done my hour. And we have finished the game. And tomorrow we will play a new game, assuming I can get my act together and figure out what new game we'll be playing. I will try to post it in more locations to give you more warning ahead of time. I apologize, I think. But in the meantime, good night and good luck.